And we're here today to celebrate, and celebrate you're going to do. What a great day, what a great occasion, what a great reason to gather and to recognize our friends in a way that probably doesn't do justice to what they've done to help the university, but we're going to give our best try. Let me begin by thanking Keith and Tammy Anderson for, oh my gosh, this has been amazing. And this is just starting. It's just beginning now to reach out and get our arms around the students that are going to benefit from your vision and for your foresight, your willingness to share with us and to share with our students. Thank you. What I've been most impressed with just this morning, because I've met most of the folks for the first time, is their family. We have brothers and sisters, and we have his mom's here, and we have sons and grandchildren, and probably were nieces and nephews running around. And have you counted everybody?
Well, without the nieces and nephews, because we had to stop somewhere. And I apologize to all the brothers and sisters that your kids couldn't come. But about 34.
34. I was guessing 30. And to see them interact with each other has been heartwarming. And I saw Keith walking with and talking with his mom. And my gosh, it made my heart skip a beat. Made my heart smile. And so I'm not surprised that this family would step up the way they have after meeting them and getting to see how they bond as a family. And of course, there's an extended family here for Keith. How many roommates are here?
What's that?
How many roommates?
What do we got? 5 here?
5 roommates?
Yeah. So we live in the house, and believe it or not, the house is still here. I apologize to the girls' hockey team because we pretty much just walked in on it and just wanted to see the house.
I'm surprised the house survived the 4 years you guys were here.
If there was an inspector, I'm sure they would have passed.
Well, we welcome the whole gang. The whole gang here. Wow. This new classroom to career center is so important to what we do. It distinguishes us in a way nothing else can. It opens the door for our students that otherwise would be closed. It gives our students an advantage when they go out to compete in the job market and for that next promotion after that, because they will take with them some life skills that they will benefit hereafter. The old model of business schools said, get your 4-year degree and then go off and work for 2 or 3 years and then come back and maybe you can get an MBA. But that's really, really difficult. You get married, you get children, you get a mortgage, it's really hard to come back. And so that trend is changing. And now more students are completing that MBA while they're still here right after finishing their undergraduate work. And now we're making it possible for them to start some of those courses. Am I right about this? Before they actually graduate. And that gives them less time in school, less student debt, and making themselves to the workforce sooner, which is really important for our employers out there. And that's why this center is going to be even more important than it might have been, 5 years ago or 10 years ago, because we have a different set of students coming through. And so preparing these students, they're not only going to have an undergraduate, but an MBA, is really, really important. Our MBA started this year, this first semester, on all 3 campuses. We were planning for 18 students. We enrolled in 46. That is amazing. Great success. Yeah. Here's the business school. Raise your hand. Yeah, let's look around. Look at the people in the business school. They make this all happen on your help. Thank you. Thank you very much. I also want to mention, too, our Business Advisory Council. They roll up their sleeves and they get after it like nobody's business. They are a collection of leading CEOs and business leaders around central Wisconsin. They met just this morning. And they have been instrumental in helping us chart this path to this new MBA. And this group has been so successful over the years that they have, I don't know that they know this, have become the model of advisory councils at this university. Because I point to them frequently, and the other colleges and say, you need to emulate the Business Advisory Council and how you organize yourself and how you interact with the people that you serve out in the community. Because we want to make sure that our graduates have the skill set that the employers need. And the only way to assure that is talk to the employers. And so they've been very helpful in informing our curriculum decisions on this campus, particularly the business school. And I've encouraged all the other colleges at this university to emulate what they're doing in the business school and the business council. Many of them are alums themselves from here. And some of our alums don't necessarily go into business, but go into other ventures. I'm looking at one right over here, who got his degree in finance here a few years back. Jeff Holzen, who's now a professor at the Harvard School of Business, and he's speaking at a conference just this morning on campus. So, Jeff, thank you for coming back and doing that.
My pleasure.
That just gives you an idea, though, of the strength of what we have in our business school. And the graduates and their ability to go out and pursue their dreams. Man, isn't that just gives me goosebumps just to think about it. Wow. That's what we have at this university. And it's contagious because other people around campus are starting to look, starting to think, how do they do that? We want to do that. But most, we're here today to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're making a difference every day, day in and day out. A difference with the university, a difference with business school, but most importantly, a difference for our students and our graduates.
I am. Thank you. And while we're saying thank you, Bernie. Bernie has created the environment that allowed us to build a strong business school under some pretty challenging times for the university. So thank you very much for that. I'd just like to acknowledge a few people who are in the room. I'd like to start with my team, the College of Professional Studies group. Would you raise your hands so everybody can see you? There's Carrie, there's Eva. Jackie's hiding in the office. Jackie's back there. These folks really, I don't know if this thing went off, you still hear it? These folks have really put a lot of time and effort into helping create that Anderson space and create this event for you today, and so thank you very much. I'd also like to introduce the team that's going to run that center. And where's Elizabeth? Elizabeth Martin? Where are you, Elizabeth? There she is. Elizabeth has been tremendously innovative in creating a professional events program that really has become a model. And she's charged through the center to not just make it a model, but make it the best in the country at any level. And she's now got the resources to be able to do that. Along with her, I see there's Ricardo back in the back. Raise your hand. That's Ricardo. He is in charge of internships. So in the past, we've had about half of our students completing internships in the School of Business and Economics. This gift will raise that to 100% of our students completing high-quality internships in that school. That'll help our students tremendously. Max, back right by him with the beard, that's Max. He's our advisor, and he's known to be a really good advisor on campus, but we're going to extend his job to be advising student success and retention and recruitment. So he's going to have a whole army of students helping him do that, but that's what he is tasked with as well. And then Bridget, raise your hand, there's Bridget. She's our office manager and outreach specialist. So part of the center is bringing the businesses in the community and managing all that goes on with that relationship between our students and business leaders. And she's tasked with upping our game in that area as well. So that's the team. I encourage you after we're done to go down and tour through that. I think your staff will be down there, the students will be down there. By the way, our student advocates, raise your hands. There's a few student advocates here. You're going to hear from one a little bit later. And a lot of the energy that's going into this, we don't want it to be a stuffy old professor group down there. We really want to be active and young and aggressive. And I didn't mean to apply this. I'm one of those old folks. And so those student advocates are going to be tasked with that. I'm glad you mentioned Jeffrey Polzer. I also want to mention Mark and Julie Smiley. Where are the Smileys? Where are they? I know they're here. Oh, right here. Julie right there, Smiley. They, along with the Andersons, have been really gotten involved in helping us build a strong school of business and economics. And if you noticed in the room, if you haven't, their name is on the wall. They're sponsoring several of the events that are going on in there. And we're so thankful that you came to join the day. Thank you very much. And I want to mention Gary Mullins. And Gary was the head of this school before Kevin. I described Gary as he really had the wisdom, experience, and the grit to get us through accreditation and to really push us to move this business school farther. And the last person, and she's not here, but I'm going to mention her, Joan North. She's the predecessor, my predecessor here, and she created a culture that has really allowed us to do the things we have to do to create a strong business school. So thank you to all of you. And it's the goal of this to have more Keiths and Marks and Jeffreys coming out of this university, and I think the center will help us do that. I met Keith and Tammy. Gary and I met Keith, and first interaction with Keith and Tammy, Gary and I were at a conference out in DC, an AACSB conference, and we knew we had an alum out there, and we said, let's go meet him. And we did. He invited us to a nice restaurant and said, thank you for buying that meal.
I need as many friends as I can get.
That's great. But, and from the start, it was, two things were apparent. One was how important this experience was to him at UW Stevens Point. And listen to that, students. It's a life-changing experience if you allow it to be. And he talked a lot about that. And also his desire right from the start to help in some way. In fact, one of the first things he did is gave me Mark's name. And he said, and you call Mark, if you want help with your school, call Mark. And so it came right from his and it did. That's not joking about that.
What most people don't realize is that we have faculty from all over the world who come here to teach our students.
Sorry about that. We have a lot of really fun things going on. And so then we got to know each other, and he became very involved with our school. And I remember one distinctly. You were here for a football game, the two of you, and we were on my back porch, and we had lunch, pre-game lunch, and I'm down by the grill, trying to get the salmon to come out or whatever. And Keith walked down. He goes, "What can I do to help?" And I'm like, "Well, and he said, "No, you need to help your business school." And what a wonderful question to be asked, because of course we needed all the help. And my God, did he help? And so thank you. Thank you from start to finish, what you have done, you two have done for us.
So we're done?
No. So far. And quite honestly, I'm not saying that to joke, he's already, what are we gonna do next? And that's the kind of people these are here today. So we created a video, and we'd like to show it, and we really created it because this is about the 50th year of business education on this campus. And 100 years from now, people are going to look back and they're going to say, what are the defining moments in this at our 100th anniversary when I'm certainly not here and there's another crowd here, and they're going to say, well, it was when we were accredited, it was when we had an MBA, and it was when we had the Anderson Center. And so the video is something that I hope will be played so that people can get to know a little bit about the folks who helped us. And so if you'll want to gather around and take a look at the videos, that'd be great.
Keith is a graduate of our business school, and he's gone to do great things, and now he's able to give back, and the dollars that he's gifted us are enabling this business school to do really great things.
I remember going out and getting a book that said, the top 1,000 companies. I just wrote resumes and cover letters, and she typed them all, to the top 500 companies, and I got 498 rejects. So, but it was the two that answered me that one of them I ended up getting a job with. It may sound like it was an impossible task, but you just have to be, persistent.
The other job was at Kmart in the lingerie department.
Thank you for sharing that.
I remember Keith telling the story that he graduated with a degree of business from the best school in the country for natural resources. And he always follows that up with, I'd sure like to see the business school being as good.
So the mission of the School of Business and Economics is to create career-ready graduates and leaders through applied learning. Now, the way we do that is we look to provide professional development experiences and access to employers combined with all of the in-demand skills that we have in the classroom. So the Anderson Classroom to Career Center will really allow us to coordinate and house all of those programs that we have outside of the classroom.
So of course, when you get one of the largest gifts ever made to the campus, you can do some really great things with that. What Keith's gift allows us to do is take this student engagement program and finance those activities for our students that can help make them better employees.
It's a go-to spot for all things related to your education and career. I think having a specific center like that where all of your resources are in one place is going to be extremely helpful for students.
They can go to this center and to figure out what they need to do next, how to write the resume, how to do the application letter, what companies to go to, but also rest assured to the parents knowing you've got this great tool for you at this school. Go use it.
The Anderson Center will house the professional events program, our internship program, our academic career and financial coaching programs, and our community and business outreach efforts. And in this way, the Anderson Center will not only connect our classroom and the skills the student gets in the classroom to their later careers, but it will also further connect the School of Business and Economics to the business and broader community.
I don't think companies really knew where to go to contact Stevens Point in regards to their needs. And now they have a center that they can go to and be able to come in, they can conduct interviews. I personally want the companies to think Stevens Point. They have to say, you know what, I'm going after the Point kid because I know that they are well educated, they understand what they need to have for the tools to be successful. And I think that when they graduate, they'll be better off than the students that didn't go through the Point system. But I also know they need the resources to do that.
Anderson's really made everything possible with their scholarship. Without it, I don't think I would have been able to take on an internship like this one at a nonprofit. And I really think that they helped me start off my career in this field. I think the Andersons really want to help college kids start off their careers on a good foot.
I think it's very important to leave a mark. You work 35, 40 years of your life, and if you don't have anything to show for it and you don't have anything to leave behind, that say, you know what, you made a difference. And it sounds corny, but at the end of the day, it's real. And I want my sons and my grandchildren to be able to look back and say, look what Grandpa and Grandma did. And I couldn't be more proud of the students that I see coming out of Stevens Point today. I've been very fortunate, and we have been very fortunate.
Very fortunate.
And for us not to be able to give back would be wrong.
Really excited and appreciative of Keith and Tammy for their generous donation. This is really going to allow the School of Business and Economics to take all of our co-curricular programs to the next level. And by coordinating our professional events, our internships, and all of our student coaching programs, we're really getting to a point where we can take our classroom experience and provide the students with all the professional development and access to employers that will allow them to make the transition from the classroom to career. And we're really excited for this opportunity, and I can't wait for it to open.
Who produced that?
Well, Eva was very instrumental in that. We had someone else, professional, but
All right.
Eva negotiated it all.
Well, you made me cry.
That's always the goal.
But that was beautiful. Thank you. Last night I talked to seniors going out into the winter term, and I say, this is my third time in 4 years that I was the keynote speaker for the senior banquet. And I asked Marty and Carrie, why? Why? And then I realized that they probably thought that if somebody, if he can make it, then anybody can make it. So let's try to get him to go out and speak and maybe talk to the guys who don't think they can make it happen. I have the privilege of talking to students all over the country in regards to who we recruit. For those who don't know much about my background, I worked with NVR, which is the third largest home builder in the country, and I ran their operations. So we build 21,000 homes a year. And so we're recruiting from Florida all the way up to New York, all the way out to Chicago. We don't go far west than Mississippi. And as we go into these college fairs, we have a whole HR department that focuses on recruitment. And so we go to Virginia Tech, we go to William and Mary, we go to, some higher end colleges. And I'm going to tell you, there's nothing that I see coming out of the East Coast schools that beat a Midwestern background. Hard work ethic, people who are really trying to work hard and would just want to be taught how to. And so what we got to do as an organization and Fortune 500 companies is set up training programs so that people can get prepared for that first job. The most difficult time in an individual's career is the first job. It's the one that's going to get you started. I've always told my boys that what school you pick, who you marry, and your first job are your three most important decisions in order to set the path. And sorry.
Sorry, hard to steal here. Hard to steal.
She's not wrong, I always look over there. But it's important, like I said, that's who you marry. And those all happen in the first 2-3 years out of college. So if you're not prepared to make those decisions, your path could go one way versus another. And I think as an organization or an educational institute, we should be responsible. If you're going to invest your time in getting a degree, we as an organization should set the time to set you up for success. All right? Damn it. So anyways, that's what my goal is here with the C2C. I've worked 35 years. I'm retired, for those who don't know. And one of my life goals was to retire early. You know, I retired at 55. And, you know, I'm able to do now what I've always wanted to do, and that's help and be part of someone else's success. And so I think C2C is a nice opportunity to do that. But I'm not going to attach my name, I'm going to say this very loud and clear for the people that are in the back, to something that isn't going to grow. All right? Who doesn't have the vision to make this the best college for business in the state of Wisconsin starting. All right? This isn't just sign a check and I'll thank you very much and it's gone. You know, so I'm anticipating and expecting that people are going to go to Stevens Point because of business and learn from it. And then look at a job placement. 100% job placement should be an automatic of our graduates. And when we're getting them prepared with real internships with Fortune 500 companies is something that I'm really going to be working hard for. And so, you know, having the contacts and the network that I have, I should be able to help that, but I can get them to the door. That's all I can promise you. You all are going to have to be the ones that keep them in the door. All right? It only takes a few bad hires, you know, that all of a sudden ruins your reputation. So when you go in and then you start setting up these interviews and start getting, you better give them some cream of the crop. You know, because that's what's going to make those companies come back. It is highly competitive out there. You know, and so interview skills, resume writing, mock interviews, all the things that you're going to get more experience in. So they better go through a process before they get to see these companies. All right? It's funny because where's Jake? Jake is my youngest son. He's 25 years old today. I asked you before I got up here. Anyways, happy birthday, Jake. Today's 24. And so he's a good example of what we're trying to accomplish. He's hooked onto the Sherwin-Williams management training program. And so he's been with Sherwin-Williams through an internship for the last 3 years, and then he was hired directly out of college, right into Sherwin-Williams, and today he's the youngest manager of the store in Northern Virginia. So I just wanted to, that's the epitome of what we're trying to do. Justin, where are you? Justin is another one of our sons, who got hooked up with an internship at Booz Allen. And he wanted to work in aviation. And then Snowfield, or whatever his name is, Snowden happened. But he ended up getting the experience. He worked there 3 years, and then he saw what the working up that chain was. And he said, you know what, I think I want to go private. I don't want to go public. And he's going back and forth, so what do you want to do, seventh job now? No, but I'm kidding. Every one of those jobs was a risk. It was a move, you know, and he's moving all over. And you know what? He's got a goal that he wants to run an airport somewhere. All right, so it doesn't matter where. You know, he's cut those parameters. He knows, he's seen it firsthand, that when these opportunities come up, you take them and you just run with them. You know, so it's important that the students here, and we were talking about this morning, have these opportunities, but you know, open your silos, see what's out there. If a guy from Stevens Point can build 21,000 homes a year, anybody can. Because I'm not that smart. I really am not. But if at the end of the day, I have found that people who have left the area and I want to come back, they come back a stronger person. They come back with a lot more knowledge. And they come back because they want to come back. And they come back because, you know what? the number of going on will keep asking, what if? I said last night in the speech is, if you ever say past the age of 30, I should have done this, or I should have done that, then shame on you. Shame on you. It's up to you, and only you, because you're responsible for yourself. And so that's the start of the message that I can keep telling my family. And I'm so proud of my boys. Tyler, where are you? Back here. Tyler is my oldest, and he's 10 years as an English teacher at a high school. And I'm going to tell you, I admire the living hell out of that, because I can sometimes go to the high schools a lot and talk, and I can't do it. Because students today weren't the same students when we were in school, that's for damn sure. And then my other son, Lucas, he's up in Vermont, and he wasn't able to make it today, but he works at Dartmouth, and I got a daughter-in-law that's working for a doctorate, and she's going to be in archaeology. So, anthropology. That couldn't wait until we got in the car. Really? Thank you for that call. So, anyways, but she knows that, let's just say she's the one that everybody wants on her Trivial Pursuit team. Tammy and I are the dumb people at the table, So, Corinne and our grandson, our brand new one, we got Jess with our 2 granddaughters. Every decision we made. God I cry stupid. No, I got it. Anyways, every decision we made, we moved 8 times. We started 3 different jobs, and every one of them was good, but it was very disruptive. And it was disruptive to the family. Cheers. There was a time there that literally Father's Day presents consisted. What was that title you gave me? What time?
The lawn ornament of the windmill.
What says I love you like a lawn ornament with a little windmill? So, but you have to sacrifice as a team. You have to sacrifice as a family in order to appreciate what you got now. And if you ask any of the boys, and I'm going to put words in their mouths, would we have done anything different? No. Right, Jake?
You got it, man.
Because I did tell him about 7 years ago, there's going to be a day you're going to come up and say, thanks, Dad. And he finally did it.
Hey, thanks, Dad.
Anyways, I really do appreciate what everything Point's done for me. My goal now is that when I'm retired, I'm going to have a lot of time. And people are asking what are you going to do in retirement. And I want to continue to help the people. Tammy and I are actively involved with the Cancer Research Center out in Washington. We got a proton X-ray machine on the East Coast, and those proton X-ray machines, there's only about 5 in the country. And so we were able to get that up and running, and I'm very proud of that as well. So we're not done, but I also want to just send a message that this goal is to continue to rise. If it stalemates, then I am done. So, all right? You betcha.
I want you to know this. I mean it with all of my heart. Your vision for the business school parallels perfectly our vision for the business school. I give you my word on that.
Cool. That's good. Let's get a building. So that's the next vision. Let's get a building out there. And I already knew how much it's going to cost to get my name on that building. But, so, we'll talk later.
That's great. Thank you very much. We have a closer for this event. her name is Rebecca. And you, when you're doing all these things as an administrator, you sometimes forget why we're here. I never want us to forget why we're here. We're here for students. And so this is Rebecca.
So as a student, we hear a lot about all of these pro events, but we don't really know why they're there. And we have a ton of opportunities to go. And for a lot of our classes, it's actually a requirement to go to some. So thankfully, because of the many different options we have, we can do what fits for us. We also hear a lot about all of the donations from alumni, but we don't really know what they do. When I started at Point, I had absolutely no intention of being involved in any kind of student engagement or anything. But because of the student engagement programs that we have available here, I have grown to more than what I just thought. I thought I was just going to come back to school, get my degree, and be done. But now I've grown into much more than just owning the degree. I'll start with last fall. I was selected as one of our students to be on a panel to come up with ideas for the new center. And with that panel, we got to work as groups, and we even had a mock business dinner over at Century to share our ideas with the board. And being able to see so many of our ideas being implemented into that center, it is just so rewarding just to know that our ideas were actually looked at seriously. And that was possible because of donations. Another opportunity I got was Toastmasters. For one of my classes, I got to be part of Toastmasters. Not a fan of public speaking, and being up in front of everyone is very daunting, but here I am. I've learned more about Toastmasters, and I've become a little more confident, and I've grown as a speaker from where I was. And another opportunity because of donations was a competition. Last spring, we got to do a competition with the Risk Management Association, and it was about credit analysis. I had absolutely no clue what we were doing. Neither did Logan back there. And through all of our hard work, we had a week, we did everything, all of our hard work, we placed third. We were up against Marquette, Madison, Platteville, some really hard schools, but we placed third. And one thing that we noticed that the other schools weren't doing is something that we got to learn here at Point, and that's networking. So we think this may have even helped us with where we placed. That one competition that was paid for through donations led to another really great opportunity for me, which the opportunity would not have been possible if I didn't do the competition. I was offered an interview, landed the interview, and then was offered a really great internship this last summer at Portage County Bank here in Point. Because of all of these skills and events that we're offered here at Point, we're able to work on skills that we need for after graduation. We're able to work on our networking, putting together resumes, which is really difficult, working on our speaking skills by using things like Toastmasters, and then even business etiquette at a dinner. So last night's burgers, that was fun. So with all of these skills that we've learned, I'm both excited and prepared for what comes next after graduation. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Anderson, Mr. and Mrs. Smiley, for your generous donations that have and will allow the students here at Point to be more involved with school, but also become more prepared for what comes after graduation.
And that is why it matters. Oh. That is why it matters.
Well, you should learn to present without trying. You'll learn.
So thank you everybody for being here. There's still food out, I believe. The staff will be down in the center for an open house. Feel free, we got the place closed down for most of the afternoon, so please feel free to stay and chat, and thank you for being here. Yep.